to the Zen Podcast. I'm Vangelic.
Yo, it's Josh.
This is Chris.
Louis Lepke.
We're your local podcast one-stop shop.
EP
What's going on, everybody?
EP number 1.
EP1.
Welcome.
Indeed.
Take 1.5.
For sure.
We made it, boys. We made it.
Yeah, this is EP1. We did like a practice run, and that was good. I think that was pretty good. We got to know each other a little bit more, but like you said, we'll just bring that to the podcast, while we're going in.
For sure.
All right. So, big thing right now that I've been focusing on here is a lot of the Houston creatives. So, lately, I've noticed that as a city, Houston gets looked at for its business, for its medical, and that's about it. There's this cultural melting pot here that I don't think we put it out to enough people. All the cultural phenomena that we've had have transcended just Houston into so many parts of the culture. And I think that there's so much more untapped resource that we haven't discovered yet. So
For sure.
we want to start going down that route a lot more, talking to a lot of different people, a lot of different Houston creatives, and, just Houstonize, Anyways, so
Houstonians? I thought it was Houstonians.
Houstonians.
Yeah.
Houstonians.
Or is that the hip? Does that describe the younger?
Houstonians.
Yeah,
Houstonians is the creature of Houston.
Okay.
Houstonize, in the sense that I used it, is to infect others with Houston's juices.
Okay. I'm just getting a little down pat. I got you.
Lots
That's
of
what's
juices. Especially the bayou.
What do y'all think about cold pressed juice, by the way?
Love it.
Delicious.
How do y'all feel? Do y'all know a lot about the cold press process?
I don't.
So I actually have like a cold pressed juicer downstairs.
Nice.
Oh,
Very cool.
So the way that this works, apparently, and I wonder, because I've gone to the store and I've picked up 2 juices. They're supposed to be the same fruit. One's a regular juice and one's a cold pressed juice. And this one's $1.99 and this one's $4.79. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is
more
making it so much more? Why? So I was looking into it like, the fuck is a cold pressed juice? So I started looking at different juicers and found out that the way that the cold press system works, as opposed to a normal juicer that just like pushes this, like heats and just pushes this juice out, this actually extracts all of the nutrients and things like that come along with the fruit into the juice. And it's a way longer process because it's taking out like all the fruit. There's this filtration system. So it's supposed to be really good for you, for your health.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of these local.
You gotta drink it on an empty stomach, though.
Oh, well, I just think you have to. Well, yeah, you use these.
To extract the most out of it.
When you think there's actually those companies, those companies that do the cold press juice cleanses. You know what I mean? You're doing these juice cleanses.
You ever try kombucha?
I was just gonna say it's right up
we
there with
talked
the
about
kombucha.
that,
Yeah. There's a lot of probiotics in it. Very good for you. A lot of bacteria that you need for your intestines, so you can actually break down the food in your body easier. It's really good for you because it has a lot of ginger and different types of
ginger's like really good, especially when you're sick and stuff. Yeah.
So I mean, I drink one at least once a day, and I think y'all should. I think you tried it last time I brought it.
Yeah, I tried it, and ever since I tried it, I keep looking at it at stores, and I'm like,
dude, it's at HEB.
I need to grab a bottle. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go on a little journey with some kombucha
and see if the family likes it too, dude. Like, I think they will.
So kombucha is the fermented. You guys do like
it's fermented, yes.
Some of the vinegar and the other stuff. Like they say,
I drink apple cider vinegar too.
Like
so
5
I make
ounces.
a tea out of it. So when I'm sick, I mean, I'll take medicine. Like I'll take pills. Like today, I took a fucking Claritin D because these allergies, dude. every now and then, like if I want to feel better, I'll eat like a whole clove of garlic, and I'll feel great the next
For
day.
real?
Yeah,
I cook with a lot of garlic.
nice. I
Yeah,
love garlic.
I do.
I have to cook with it too. But not only that, I'll make an apple cider vinegar tea. So there's this one called, it's made from a company called Bragg's, but it's unfiltered with that bacteria in there. You have to get the unfiltered to get the better effects, obviously, from it. So
with the mother?
yes, with the mother, correct.
Okay.
So
I gotcha.
what I usually do if I'm like really sick, having a cold or fever, whatever the case may be, I would, boil some water for like a minute or two, and then I'll get a shot of it, pour it in a mug, put some water in it, like a tablespoon of honey and some cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
It's really sweet. I mean, you can dry out the vinegar. You're not tasting as much when you put the honey in. So it's really good, and it makes you a lot better. So
I like how
it's A1.
I like how we got into this part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Go back to the cold press juice.
Yeah. Going into cold press.
Yeah.
No.
Cold press.
Where do you go for yours, V?
For my cold press juices?
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
mean,
make
I
my
got a juicer downstairs, but
Yeah, I started making my own. That's the biggest thing is I wanted to start focusing on just like figuring out how we can eat healthy
Yeah.
by
Well, we got a kolache factory in the middle of the fucking table right now.
aside from
we'll have some
aside
green
from
juice
Kolache
on
Factory
PPG.
Saturday. Aside from Kolache Factory Saturday.
Okay, we can indulge from time to time. It's all right.
I'm starting to try to get on like a health kick. Is that like I don't know, should I
No, you gotta eat to live.
No.
Not live to eat.
I don't know, man. Like I feel
I mean,
okay.
dude, I'm all about it, obviously.
See, but you're super, and that's the thing is I don't know where you find that kind of motivation.
For me, when I first got into it, it was probably from my brother, because he was really overweight around fucking middle school and junior high, and then right into freshman year, he started getting into fitness, working out, doing mixed martial arts. So I would go do it with him because I was an overweight kid too. So that being said, I started getting into more fitness because I see my brother changing his body. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to be like my brother. Let me be like my brother. So I started getting into mixed martial arts, working out. Everything that I learned about fitness was all from YouTube, Google, all the knowledge that I gained.
How much older is your brother from you?
He's
like,
probably like
age
3.5 years. Yeah, 3.5 years.
Oh, okay.
Martial arts is a good workout in
Dude,
itself.
he's a fucking black belt. He's a gangster, dude.
For real.
Yeah.
I took taekwondo for a few years.
So, and he was also in the Marines, so he did a lot of mixed martial arts.
You were telling me about it.
Yeah.
He's on the mixed martial arts team. So I was like, oh shit.
I didn't push it all the way through, but I
Show
have
me your
buddies that were in the
ways,
class
please.
with me
I was like,
that
show me
they're
your ways.
black belts now and different things.
Holy crap.
But yeah, it's pretty intensive. But I mean, it became a passion, man. It became a lifestyle. You can't see that as, okay, it's just a diet. Let me get on this diet.
Yeah.
No, this is a lifestyle. I live this shit, homie. Like, I wake up at 5 a.m. Monday through Friday to go work out. And, yeah.
Okay.
Hit him with that. But yeah, man, it's just having that fire. What gives you that fire? For me, at first, it was anger. Anger really fueled it. So I'm not going to get too much into it as far as like a past life. So it was about that. And then at that time, when I started getting into it, I had an ex-girlfriend at that time. So I used that fuel, know what I'm saying, to, make me want to be better, not only transforming my body, but my own life. So
Got it.
and that was the grind, homie, ever since then. But I after the fact that I started getting more into it, I don't mean to cut you off, homie.
No, go ahead.
Getting more into it, it became like muscle memory. It's a habit. It became subconscious. So it's just like, I have to do it. It's like in my day already.
Yeah, like I hear that you're supposed to like exercising, putting like attention to your body is supposed to be one of those things like non-negotiable in your life, essentially. Like like
It's
systematically.
like brushing your teeth, homie. Like, you don't think about it. It's not conscious.
It's like something that you're supposed to like have as ingrained in part of your routine. And that's where I'm trying to get to the point where I get it ingrained in my routine. But man, I don't know. It's one of those things I got to start like really working to. I feel like I got to start trying to make things fun.
Go
and
on your
shit.
own pace. Like,
Exercise is hard.
I mean, it takes willpower, bro. But if you're consistent, bro, you can't beat consistency over willpower, in my opinion.
Oh no, exercise is different for me. I grew up. I didn't own a car till I came here, so you walked everywhere. So that was the exercise, walking down the mountain to get to the bottom. But
that's an awesome badass exercise right there, man.
But yeah, it's different up here. To actually set time aside. I'm a fat ass. Everywhere I go, I'm looking for the baby back Caesar. You know what I mean? Everybody's on this salad kick, but man. I agree with you, Zen.
Yeah. Yo, I wish that we would have all seen the end game. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if it's just me.
If we did, or honestly, if we did see it, I don't think we would have been able to talk about it as much. But in my opinion, without spoiling, because I'm the only one in this room that's seen it, and I don't know how big of a fan y'all are, but like, bro,
I'm a comic book nerd, homie.
Bro, me too. Like, but what's your go-to comics?
I like DC too. So,
I mean, so the only thing that I really like,
up to me,
yeah,
they're side by side.
I don't know. I've always been, because I was a Marvel fan like as a kid. I wasn't a DC fan as a kid because I didn't know much about it.
I got you.
So like now I feel the same way like as an adult. Like I'm still like a little kid when I watch it. Bro, I cried like hard. No. I swear to God, bro, I cried hard. Yeah, for Endgame. Okay, bro, it was a good way. So obviously it's called the end game, but it was a good way to end a few things. So it was
okay. But I mean, based on the comics from like past movies that came out, there should have been people already dead. So
yes, correct. But
like Vision, he's dead. Captain America should have died in Civil War. Yeah. Actually. So and Bucky
in reality,
became Captain America. There's a lot of things that are different based on the comic books. But it's just like if they're ending it that way to start like a brand new fresh start of the universe, because they signed X-Men too now, so they got the rights of X-Men.
Yeah. So I'm gonna confirm this because there isn't like end credits, but so a buddy of mine was telling me that
disappointing.
Huh?
That's disappointing.
It was, but like the post, it's obviously there's no post credits or end credit scenes. There's no scenes, but the post credits you gotta stay and watch because it's like a big tribute.
Okay.
So you gotta watch it. But what I'm trying to say is that where was I going with this? So when what I like about Marvel is because they change things up a little bit. So they're literally writing their own path. You know what I mean? That's what I like about the Marvel Studios.
Okay.
So when they wrote Civil War, obviously there were so many things that like that. I think that was the middle point where like, okay, so what is Marvel doing? Are they going to run with the comics or are they going to run like on their own path? Because obviously like the whole, what is it called? The whole Sokovia Accords that they all had to sign. Basically, it was like, I think in the comics, it was Iron Man and it was Captain America, but Captain America eventually signs it and then they work with the government and then under the government, they're the Avengers, right? But they took a completely different path that led to Endgame.
Okay.
So I think it's like, that was like the thing where it's like, okay, so where is Marvel going to go with this? Are they going to go with the comics? Or are they going to go on their own path? And obviously they went through their own path because Captain America just like, he didn't sign it and he just like went his own way. So I think that's what I like about Marvel Studios the most. They're just writing their own stuff.
Yeah. I mean, DC though, in my opinion, they try to be like Marvel and that's what gave them the wrong reputation. Yeah. So DC is very dark. It's very, very
That's
dark.
why I was a huge fan of when they did the Batman Begins and dude,
Christopher Nolan.
With the Christopher Nolan stuff. I mean, Christopher Nolan in general is
he's a gangster.
Dude.
He's a gangster.
He's the
he's an amazing director and a writer.
Like if you gave him a fantasy, he could literally like whatever fantasy you have in your mind, whatever, you know what I mean? Like just could turn it into something amazing. Like
the writing, bro.
Yeah,
the writing
exactly.
Like, have you seen like the whole scripts for The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah. When they like play the scene and then they'll have the script come too. Yeah, dude.
It's perfect for when he's like painting the whole fucking time. So that's why it was seen as like an amazing series. Like that's DC in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So these past ones like Justice League and all that, those were considered like Marvel mimics. You know
I was I don't know, I was highly disappointed. Some of them I was like the Superman, that was good.
Yeah.
I really liked Superman. Suicide Squad, I liked it up to a point.
Superman was pretty good.
Superman was very good. I liked it. I didn't like Batman versus Superman.
That was retarded.
Yeah, my expectations were a lot higher for that movie.
We're going really deep into it. Disappointing as well. But what else? new Joker trailer.
Oh, dude, I
Joaquin
liked
Phoenix,
it, bro. I liked it.
He is gonna revamp DC.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the replacement of Heath Ledger, bro.
I don't know
has
about
it,
the
man.
replacement, but
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, it's a very bold statement. That's why I can't
Dude.
make that statement until I see it. But
Bro, you gonna mess with my boy Joaquin Phoenix from Gladiator, dog?
That's a bold statement.
Yeah.
it's a very bold statement. But
Because
I will say that, like,
based from the trailer and his body language, he has the same persona as the Joker. So, like, to me, like, being such a comic book nerd and trying to get in the mind of that character itself.
That's what I was going to say.
And, like, the body language, he really gives that vibe. And he really portrays it really well.
That's what I was going to say, too, because, like Joker...
it does remind me of Heath Ledger, but it's like a combination of the older Joker with Heath Ledger in it. He's an anarchist, but it's from society what made him to what he is.
Yeah, because if you look at the Joker in the actual comics, like, he has a whole... And that's why it was cool when, like, they did Batman with Heath Ledger as Joker, because he did get into a little bit of how he became Joker.
Yeah.
Like, he talks about, like, his dad and then his wife and stuff like that.
Two different stories, though.
Mm-hmm. There's two different stories,
so
right?
You don't even know which one's true. That's what's
exactly.
It's the funny side of it.
Yeah,
because you don't know. You don't know
exactly.
But like,
I like this version of the Joker that they're about to come out because it really gets you in, like, his mind. Because obviously you've seen, like, different versions of the Joker where, like, a Joker isn't just a Joker. Like, it's like if Joker dies, there can be another Joker, and then he's literally the same exact person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like getting into the mindset of what makes someone the Joker. I think it's bad, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be great.
Like,
it's gonna be amazing.
And I think that's cool because no one's actually seen the reality of that. Everyone's just seen the expectation of who the Joker is.
And I haven't seen a trailer that well in a very long time, bro.
Yeah, it was a really good trailer. It was a
really
good trailer.
Was great.
It was really good. It looked like a small film with itself.
It did.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. We're just going on here.
The Zen Podcast. Comic-Con 2020.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
Shit, let's go.
Well, hey, Comic Palooza's coming up.
No, dude, let's trademark that. We're gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm calling now.
Comic Palooza, though.
What's up? I'm down to do Comic Palooza.
Dude, I'm
been
going.
Years ago. You went?
Last year I went and I never win anything, bro. I never win anything. On the radio, I was listening to... Can I plug the radio station? It don't matter, right?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, 96.5, right? I don't know why I'm listening to that radio station, but I'm listening to it, and they literally say, yeah, some Katy Perry every now and then is pretty good, right? It's okay.
Confession is good for the soul.
But no, I was listening to them, and they're saying that they're releasing Comic Palooza tickets.
No shit.
And so, and it's funny because the week before, me and my wife were trying to win Jambalaya tickets. So we're always on this weird thing. We're trying to win some shit, you know? But anyways, we're trying to win these Comic Palooza tickets, and I call them, and my wife's already in the expectations like, we're not going to do it. Like, there's no way we're going to get it. But dude literally answered.
Got it.
He's like, hello? I'm like, hello? Like, who's this? And so he's like, oh, stay on the line. I'm like, did I win? He's like, oh yeah, you won. I was like, just stay on the line. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, bro. Yeah. Nice. So then I had to go to the radio station to get that was the first time I've ever done that, but it was pretty dope. So I got my tickets. I got 3-day passes.
So keep this in mind. Once you have that same mindset and that same feeling, you get like a scratch off or something. So you might win something.
I know, man. I guess every blue moon it happens.
You missed that out. You were still hot. You were supposed to go out and
do numbers. You're right. I'm not very, I don't really believe in luck that much.
Okay, me either.
You know what I mean?
Me either. But I see it
like, I have a hard time putting my mind around gambling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah, unless you know what you're doing. But I want to do it. Like, if there's like something where like you can win like $100 for $1, I'm like, okay, let me just do it just so that
right. Now see, that's risk versus reward.
Yeah,
Gambling is I'm trying to get all the money I need for my kid's college.
Yeah.
At a poker table.
Exactly.
You know, that's different from I'm gonna spend this $10 on a scratch off. Well, you know what the first gambling game is? We've all played it. Closest to the wall. You guys ever played that?
Mm-mm.
It's where little boys take a quarter and you line up about 6 feet away from a wall. You throw the quarter to the wall without hitting it. The closest quarter to the wall, whoever threw that one gets all the quarters.
Oh,
and you start over.
That makes sense, yeah.
It's the first gambling game.
Yeah,
teach that to your kids.
Very important question that I actually wanted to ask y'all before y'all really diverged from the comic thing. Is Captain Marvel gay? I've been hearing a lot about that.
First it was Bert and Ernie.
I don't know actually. I didn't do my research on that because I never really looked into Captain Marvel like for her comics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I haven't heard that much either.
I've-
But you know, one thing I'm gonna say, and I keep telling everyone, in the comics, Captain Marvel is thick, and she's not in the studios. So in the Marvel studio, like her movie,
wait,
she's not-
like are we talking about like THICC?
she's like slim thick, you know,
Slim
Okay.
thing, homie, yeah.
like she got
She got a body, homie.
Is it fat?
no.
Apparently, like,
PHAT?
Nah,
Yes,
like
PHAT.
Pretty hot and tempted?
Yeah, yeah.
like for
Yes.
no, but like for a white girl thick, you know what I mean?
I
Like
got
it
you.
was
She's PHT fat.
yeah.
Bro.
no, I think PhD is a little too much for Captain Marvel, but she has
For
a
Captain
body.
Marvel?
She has not Marvel, but Captain Marvel. No, but she
Her Marvel as a universe
Yeah.
is thick.
She's thick. Well, I mean,
It's
they were pretty
broad.
thick in Endgame, bro. I'm gonna
It's
tell you
pretty
that.
broad.
Yeah.
It's pretty broad.
No, but
Yo, hold on, Thanos thick as fuck though.
It's hard to pray for the thick.
hey, Thanos is pretty thick. I mean, you see
Yo.
the size of his head,
That
bro.
dude's brawling.
Thanos
He
is
looks like-
one thing. Remember when there was like that? I don't know if y'all, because I'm like in the deep dark like meme world, and like there was like this.
I check
there
him out
was
from
like
time to time.
there was like this like for a time there was like this app, and for some reason you'd like type in words and it would like say it in like this weird opera robotic voice or something like that.
Mhm.
So there was like you would type it. They're using it with like Mrs. Puff memes and shit like that. Like Mrs. Puff is one thick bitch or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
and so I'm just thinking that like that whole thing like Thanos Thanos is just thick as fuck.
Thanos is fucking thick. Some
Like,
shit like that.
yeah.
Chappelle did it one on his show where he had this white chick read out everything, all his thoughts by like singing him in acapella, in opera acapella.
Oh, that's
And
funny.
he just kept passing her cue cards. But she's saying ghetto hood stuff.
yeah.
Like what he's thinking or what he wants to say, but it's just her saying it to song.
Oh, in that type of retrospect, the one thing that I've been thinking about doing like is creating a whole like very, very professional looking business type of quote of the day. You know, like, you know, you see these things and you get all these inspirational quotes, but everything that all these quotes are like quotes from like hip hop songs, and just to see how we can get like hip hop
We
songs
quoting
to
rappers?
yeah,
The new
like I'm
ones or the
talking about
old
like
ones?
just in
In
general.
general.
So it's like, but look, this is like I want this to be for like white people, right? Like I want like somebody to be like, this is very inspirational, and the line is like, when I got the Rolls Royce, they thought it was leased.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like,
Oh, did you ever see that video? of,
look, Meek Milius the Third. What?
No, did you ever see that? There's a video of a kid, like he went to English class and he has to share like poetry. So he shared the Migos song.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Which one is? I'm not a big Migos fan.
That,
So
that emoji song? Or
yeah,
Stir fry?
Stir fry. No.
Stir fry?
It's stir fry. Is like no. What is the ones like they talk about crock pot? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Something
I
in
don't
the
know what that
in the
one
crock
is.
pot. Yeah, something like that. You know what
It's
I mean?
Bad and bougie.
It's bad and bougie, right? Okay,
It's bad
yeah.
and bougie,
So
yeah.
yeah, he words it word by word, but like at first everyone's like, oh, okay, and then then they start realizing like what he's talking about, and they're like, oh man, this
Wait,
is-
no. It's weird. It's
I
funny
love
to
it.
think
I love
about.
We can look that shit up right now.
No. Yeah, look. So, like, you think about, like, if it's really in the way that it's said, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about melody, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, you're like reading something like this, and really just depending on the way you say, well, I don't know, man. I can't even read this because, okay, there's like so many, it says the N word too many times. Like, all right, look, like,
What's wrong with saying the N-word?
I'm not.
We're just saying words.
It's like, okay, look. All right, look. Even if look, you change that, right? So even if all you do is change one word, and you change that name to people or fellas or something, right?
But
Look,
it doesn't rhyme.
and you no. But I'm saying, and you're reading this off.
Mm.
At first, you could be like, okay, like you know, young rich people. You know, so we ain't really never had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money though. If Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you.
Now you sound like a speech from Alan Greenspan.
Raindrops, drop tops, smoking on cookie in the hot box, fucking on your bitch, she a thought, cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something. People. I don't trust nobody. Grip the trigger. I mean, like, when you think about, like, in the retrospect, right? We're talking about, like, melody. That's, like, what... When we look at this from face value, can we... Is this poetry? If we look at it face value, no music, is it poetry?
Game on.
Is this poetic? Raindrops.
It started that
drop
way.
tops.
Not
Smoking
this,
on cookie
but-
in the hot box. Fucking on your bitch. Cause she a thought. I mean, you got the alliteration. thought, crock pot.
I don't know, man.
No, I'm good.
Like,
Yeah, this one,
I feel like I'm just like
qualifies poetry.
rapping with my homies and just
Okay,
flowing.
how about
You know what I'm saying?
how about this one? This could be a great line from the young Quavius. Cry me. That's his real name. I kid you not.
No shit.
Cry me a river. Give you a tissue.
Wow.
My bitch is bad and bougie. Cooking up dope with an Uzi. Blow.
Okay, so no, that's not poetry to me.
No.
Poetry to me, if we're gonna apply it as far as hip hop, would be Slick Rick children's story.
Headshot.
That's some old Run DMC. That was what started that storytelling, and there is still some story here. There's still some story here, but it's diluted in too much. I don't want to say street slang or just too much of what the new trend is.
But is that not still art? So, like, what do we consider art now when we think about? That's
Who's
one big.
considering it?
So, Chris,
That's a good.
who's our number ones? Like, who's gonna when from our generation right now, right?
Mhm.
From our generation, the greats that you, young Lotus, young Louisiana over here. When you think about your legends, right? The people that's like, man, back then
As far
back
as
then,
artists,
as far as art in general, right? Like when you think about like who's our generation's gonna be, right? We know that everybody has their Tupacs, right? And their Biggies, and who is gonna be ours? When are we gonna hop in the car with our kids, right? Driving on our way to the amusement park, and we like
Showing them, like, our own
and the
thing,
old
yeah.
school comes on, and we throw Bad and Bougie on, and then we're like, man, nobody
who's the most
listens. Nobody
influential?
listens to Migos no more, Dad.
Do you know who's the most influential though that made it to this nowadays music?
Who?
Lil Wayne.
He's an
Drake.
OG now, but he's also still present.
But that's what made it to like pop culture where it is nowadays. That's like based around it. Like all these rappers now are getting tattoos all over their face and everything. This is all from Weezy, you know? And to now it's become like a trend to all these, you know, rappers coming from like SoundCloud and stuff. Like you have to present this persona like, hey, I would, you know, use my body as a
no,
symbol
I think as today, ours would probably be like Kendrick and J. Cole, in my opinion.
Bro, J. Cole's my favorite rapper.
I think those are two great
Those are the greats that we're gonna look back on, but it's almost scary to me that I don't think that J. Cole, except for he has a select people in his
I did like
roster.
Logic. I like Logic too.
But is he sculpting like what people
But
are?
Logic's becoming more popular.
So J. Cole is almost the exception, not a rule for me. I don't think that he's like. So you saying that everything came from Weezy, right? Which is very true. What's coming from J. Cole? Like who's sprouting from J. Cole?
I think J. Cole, like, he gives out a story. Like, there's a lot of rappers that do that, but like the way his version of the story and the way he like justifies it is like very, very interesting. When he talks, when he does his like,
Yeah, but that's
his
for
songs.
him. That's for him and his art. But as far as sculpting the culture, right?
Oh no, I get that.
Is he
Oh,
influencing
when we're
modern
talking about
rap?
sculpting the culture, like, that's totally different. I don't know who that would be right now.
I mean, I would for one, it's Drake or Drake. Not Drake. Okay, so Drake doesn't sculpt the culture.
No,
Drake
not
seeks
at
the
all.
culture, grabs the culture, takes the culture, and then like elevates the culture. So he's like, wait, y'all doing what? Dang, that's tight. I'm gonna help in on that. Hey, I'm gonna do a remix on your song, okay? And then you're gonna get a lot of popularity, and then everybody's gonna see this culture.
Wait, hold on, but
So
everyone does that though.
He's promoting the culture. That's what Drake's doing.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of people that do that. We can't
But
say
see,
that
there's a
Drake
difference.
just does it.
But Drake does it the best because Drake is
No, yeah,
ultimately
Drake does
our
it the
number
best.
one.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. I can't.
Because J. Cole, I wouldn't say
that.
J. Cole does that because J. Cole's is more controversial, right? So
Yeah,
when he does a
right.
song with 21 Savage, it's a moment. It's not a promotion.
Correct. That's why I think
There's
I
a
don't know.
difference. With
That's,
Drake,
I guess.
With Drake, it's like a business strategy, I think, and it's his way of molding, right? With J. Cole, that wasn't hey dog, I need some looks. All right, 21 Savage, I have you, little brother. It's like this was a moment. This was different. This is organic, right?
I feel you.
That's because J.
you.
Cole doesn't do that too often.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I don't think that people are coming out here I don't think people are coming out here trying to sound like J. Cole, basically.
No, yeah, but
That's not where rap's trying to come to.
It's because you really can't.
Well, no, I think look, it's because you can't. But if you try, it's corny.
Exactly.
It's you have to be.
Yeah.
You either have to be J. Cole or Kendrick or corny. Because Logic's at like the thin line between
Yes.
corny and acceptable.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think?
I agree.
What do you think?
Except for his old mixtapes. I don't know if you're really
I
into
don't know the
Logic.
Logic, dude.
Huh? Oh, not Logic, but okay. So if you were to listen to like the modern rap, right,
Mhm.
or the
Who
modern
do you
hip-hop,
dislike as somebody your age? Who do you dislike? Because I know you old heads love to hate young people. So who do you hate?
I was never a Lil Wayne fan, but I like his new music now. His earlier stuff that he was doing, stunting like my daddy, all that stuff, I never liked any of that. But I listen to all kind of music. My rapper, to answer your question, that I didn't like or I hated, E40. And that's weird. There's songs of his I like, but I just hated his style at first. Like,
I
this
still
isn't
dislike
rap, this
E40.
is whack.
I
What
still
is he
dislike
doing?
it. I still dislike it
You know what I
because
mean?
it's the worst. Okay,
But he's chokehold his own niche.
I don't know how. I still don't get it.
No one else raps like it.
I hate it. I don't think it's necessary in any song. E40 essentially is like it's like a seasoning, right? So his voice is like a seasoning, very specific type of thing that you put on. And I don't think any song needs it. So perfect. So in case you're in case you're not too familiar, that I Don't Fuck With You song by Big Sean.
yeah.
He's the one that starts rapping at the end and seems so out of place in the song.
Dude, he's a producer though. Like,
Exactly. I just don't think he needs to be rapping on songs.
I mean,
I just don't. I don't.
Who,
that
Big
whole-
Sean?
No,
E40.
Oh,
E40.
E40.
As soon as
Oh,
E40
Just
comes
have
on,
that
Big
unique
Sean got
style he
flow.
has.
as
Big
soon
Sean
as
got
E40
flow.
comes on,
Yeah.
I'll change the fucking song. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
flowers.
sorry. Don't at me. But I'm sorry.
That's the rapper I can't stand.
That was one of the.
which one? Say it again.
E40.
Oh, E40. Okay.
Like, he's asking, like, from my
Like,
generation,
I
what was
don't
that
think
rapper
he-
that you
No. Who do you not like now?
But he
Oh,
doesn't.
would I
base-
not like now?
Again, out of who you know, but in our time, like who the people we listen to, like if I can name examples, like I said, Kendrick, Drake, Logic. I don't know. I know you don't listen to Logic. Who else? Nipsey just passed away. Mac
Dude,
Miller.
I was a big Logic guy in high school. Like, I
Yeah.
listened to all his mixtapes.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
like, his mixtapes are fucking hard. Like,
Chance the Rapper, Kanye. You know what I mean? Like among who the people were still like in the business, big in the business.
Kanye.
You don't like Kanye?
Don't like Kanye.
You don't like Kanye?
No, but okay, that's Zen's question. So who do you like?
Who do I like?
Yeah, that's my question.
I like Jay-Z.
Okay.
I like a lot of the established rappers for their older style. I listen to a lot of Lil Wayne, though.
You like
I
Big-
like a lot of the newer Lil Wayne that
Okay.
he does. A lot of his collabs, Cardi B.
You like Cardi B?
I listen to a lot of
Is
it
it
in
because she's like
private.
a fellow Islander?
I can't admit publicly that I'm just playing. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with that. I listen to the beat.
Wait,
If
you
the
like
beat gets-
you like Rihanna, don't you? She's a real Islander.
I think she's a sellout.
You think so?
I think Rihanna's a sellout.
You think she took y'all's culture and ran?
No, I just think that Rihanna. I have personal issues with Rihanna. There's really nothing
You
professional.
probably met her
Like
back
you,
in the day.
yeah. Like if I catch you,
That's not like a scorned boyfriend, right?
No. It was like, I got personal problems with Rihanna. We was both going for the same coconut. She beat me, threw some sand in my eye, and took off to America. I don't like Rihanna on a personal personal level. If I see her on the street, it's on site.
She made me miss the boat.
Pull up, pop trunk, pop trunk.
And it's weird because I usually try to support all the Caribbean artists, but I don't like Rihanna
Okay,
either.
so back on Cardi though. Well, no, okay. I don't know if I want to talk about this, but I do like. There's one thing that bothered me was that because I'm a big Mac Miller fan. Everyone knows that, right?
Okay.
I like
I
Mac
love
You're
Mac
mad
Miller.
that she won the
I like
Grammy.
Mac.
Yes, bro. Okay, I get. Okay, because I've heard different points of views, and I want y'all to either support me on this
Cold
or support this view that I got that from someone. Yeah, that's a really good song.
There's
No.
one. Hold on. There's almost one argument closing point though.
Yes. What is it? I know. I think I know what you're gonna say.
That apparently,
Her music's everywhere, and his is not.
not even that. Apparently, her Mac Miller's team or parents or something supporters said that if he didn't win, that they wanted Cardi to win.
I mean, I think
Okay.
I don't know. I guess. But
I think that was a big thing that was like, okay, this makes it okay. It'd been different. It's like if this is
I don't
something that
know.
you wouldn't
What
have
do y'all-
wanted them to have.
I still
happen.
don't think I wanted Cardi to win.
I didn't want Cardi to win, but I also, to be completely honest with you, didn't want Mac Miller to win either because I didn't want him to win based just because he died. And no disrespect.
No.
But it's like, let's just be real. Had you been alive, you would not have won.
His last 3 albums have been really good. You cannot lie. His last 3 albums have been a game changer. Like his sound has very much so improved.
Yes, but it hasn't been.
Here's
Here's the biggest problem, and here's my personal thought that it's also about impact. It's also truly about the art, right? But then it's also to me about impact. Cardi has definitely made a bigger impact than Mac Miller, but at the time of the judgment, Mac Miller's passing, unfortunately, is what made the biggest impact in his career.
That's
It made the
very
biggest
much so
impact
true.
in his career, and that happens to every artist that passes. But at the time, when we're looking at it in retrospect as a whole, and we're looking at it from the Academy's perspective, his biggest impact was because of his passing, not necessarily because 100% of his art naturally, organically.
Yeah.
And it wasn't nearly as impactful as what Cardi B's been doing right now. I still didn't think that she should have won, especially because I also don't feel that she should have even been in that category.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. But so what? Okay, so answer this in the shortest way possible. But what impact has Cardi brought? Like, what kind of impact does she bring? I'm not saying she doesn't bring an impact. Trust me, I love Cardi B. When my wife plays Cardi B in the car, like I'm all for it. And I like every time she makes a song, like I feel like I have to go listen to it because that's she's the hype, right? But what impact does Cardi bring other than like leaving the bougie, or not even the bougie life, but the ghetto life?
Well, there's
you
a
know what
lot
I
of
mean?
things. For one, she's been pretty much 100% truly transparent throughout the whole thing. And
Correct.
in turn, she's been able to make an impact. Like this doesn't have to be fully polished. You can be yourself. And she does take all the smart business moves, but she's also created more of a conversation for the female rap community in general. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj established the popularity of female rap as an entity
Nicki Minaj established that?
in current pop mainstream culture.
I don't think
Okay.
Cardi established. I
No.
mean,
Nicki established the mainstream of our generation.
Mhm.
Okay. She established it in the mainstream. We're not
I
talking about
agree.
not that she was the best,
I agree.
but that she established it. Cardi came along and was her closest competition
yeah.
in that limelight. So she's created a market space to where now we have to look at everybody. It's like we're like, why do they always have to fight? Nicki tries to kick everybody off who's trying to come up. This was a bigger thing where it's like, I don't know. I think she might be bigger than Nicki. I think that's the biggest thing.
Right.
That's been the biggest
I
cultural
think she's
shock.
Okay,
better.
so this is my opinion on Mac. This is my opinion on Mac Miller. Okay, so how many people have you seen in history go down and slum? You know what I mean? Like, let's just. I'm not even talking about music rappers because I don't know a lot of music rappers that this has happened to. But like, I'm talking about like, let's say Robert Downey Jr. Right? So he was a big actor when he was young, right? And then he got into. I'm correct, right? He got into drugs and stuff like that.
You're right.
And so you didn't see him. He even went to prison at some point,
Well,
right?
went to jail every other day.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't he work at a diner or something?
Yeah, exactly. So then after that, he came back in the game, and
Mhm.
he's been one of the best actors in the business. He's probably one of the highest paid
Got his
actors
shit
in the
back
business,
together. Yeah.
right? So I think that's what happened with Mac. And I don't know a lot of people like music-wise who've done that, but I think there is a lot of people that you see their struggles, and with their struggles, they make really good fucking music. And it is a big coincidence
Like
that
Logic.
I think it's a huge coincidence that Mac Miller releasing this album, he talks a lot about his struggles. You can hear his struggles with drug abuse and stuff like that in his album. And with those struggles, he made a really fucking good album. Swimming, this is a really good fucking album. So I think with that, that's made an impact. It is a coincidence that, yes, he did pass away with drug abuse after he did this shit. You know what I mean? But obviously there's other things that led him to that, and he shares that in his music. So I think with just that statement, even if he didn't die, you know what I mean? Even if he didn't pass away, like I think he still would have, you know, with that impact, he still would have. I think he would have had a really good chance in winning. Because I'm just saying this because of what your opinion was, that I don't think he should have won because he passed away. That's
But
my
I
opinion.
think Travis Scott would have still excelled. He should have actually.
Who?
I still think Travis Scott would have beat Mac Miller if he was alive.
Correct. I think so too. But I'm just trying to say
Astroworld.
I would have rather had
Wow.
Mac win. I mean, obviously, I'm a root for Mac if he's alive or not. You know what I mean? That's what I'm just trying to say. I'm a root for him or not. I haven't always been the biggest Travis fan, but I listen to his music. You know, every now and then. I've seen him live. I love his shows. They're freaking crazy. But would I have rather voted for Mac or Travis? I would have still voted for Mac.
For me, I would have voted for Travis. For me, the biggest thing is also I think try to think about the Academy's perspective.
Oh, I get that too, yeah. But I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but by the Academy's perspective, I
They're the ones voting.
still don't think Cardi should have won.
I don't think so either. I think Travis should have won.
Yes. Yeah.
Travis should have won.
If not Mac, I mean, obviously, like I said, I'm still going to vote for Mac, but if not Mac,
But
Travis.
Mac album was fucking dope as fuck.
It was really good, and that was the one that, like, if you listen to all of them,
Dude, I listened to Mac back in high school. Like, I love Mac too.
Dude,
but
yes.
hands down, Astroworld,
it
took
was
the
good.
cake, man.
It was a kick. So yeah.
Took the fucking cake.
Mm.
Like it's
So someone told me
great.
like this is why Cardi should have won, and I don't know if I agree with this, but like, so this person doesn't really listen to rap, right? But if they go to like an event or something like that, they're always gonna hear Cardi and not Mac Miller. So most of the time, some of the time they'll hear Travis, but they're still gonna hear Cardi over all those people, and that's why she deserved to win. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think that means that just means because she's more popular, she deserves to win. That's not
Correct.
necessary.
Right.
Really good because it could not be good and
Okay.
popular.
Because I've gotten that view on this before, and I didn't like it too much, and I didn't want to argue about it because in their world, that's what they're, you know, like that's their opinion. But in my world, it's a little bit different, and I think in your world too.
Oh,
So-
my world, I look at it objectively as like hip hop in general, and I try to also think about like, I mean, they're talking about making some sort of like Astroworld type theme park back over here again.
So did you hear that the mayor came on stage and saying that they might build something similar as it, right?
Yeah, that's what they're talking about,
Right?
and that's all
I'm fucking
driven.
excited, homie.
And that's a whole city-driven thing based off
Yeah.
Travis Scott.
Yes, because of him.
So
That kind of impact that I'm seeing.
Look at that
Yeah.
impact, though. Look at that.
That's the
impact.
kind of impact that I'm seeing.
Right. Correct.
So when I'm seeing,
But
like,
you know
and I'm
what,
seeing,
too?
That's amazing.
Mac Miller did that to Pittsburgh, though.
Yeah, he did.
He did do that to Pittsburgh. Really good. He did that on his early albums, and he did it really good, though, too.
He did.
He didn't build an Astroworld, but you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? But like he's
Like,
driving.
you know how many people? Did you see when he passed away? You know how many people were at Blue Side Park?
No, I don't.
Dude,
They changed it to they changed the name.
exactly. They
Yeah.
changed it, yeah. But you know, that's what I'm trying to say. That's all
So
I'm trying to
like
say.
the way that I think about it, like especially like what I'm trying to do here, right? What I
Yeah.
think we're all trying to do here is to show that Houston has so much culture, right?
Yeah.
And when we're seeing eyes brought to Houston by people like Travis Scott, right? Like in a wide scale, like everybody's like acting like they like, oh man, I remember when I used to go to Astroworld, you know, back when I was little. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you know, way back when I was like 2, I remember one time my parents said we drove by Astroworld. And like they're thinking about it the same way that we
Shoot,
think
I
about
remember
like
going to
Hollywood and
Astroworld.
stuff.
Hell yeah.
I
When
never rode on the rides at Astroworld too because I was such a little.
Yeah,
I was a little girl.
3.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
remember going when I was like maybe 5, 6.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I don't know how old was I.
How are you?
I'm 22. I don't
Okay,
know why I almost
23.
forgot it.
So
But when did it close down?
it closed down probably when I was around 5 or 6, man.
Yeah, okay, so that sounds about right. I went, but I never went on the rides. I was too scared.
Yeah, and see, I think like now people are like, you know, you see that, but people don't see that right now. Now they see it and they're like, oh, well, they're a business city. But it's like there's all this culture left behind, and you're seeing people like Travis Scott come out and like be on the fucking Super Bowl stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was talking about last time with y'all. Is like the coolest thing about Houston is like the art, and the reason is because like a lot of people like, you know, in different cities, it's not just Houston, because Houston isn't the only one that does this, but they'll use art to clean up a city. You know what I mean? Or they'll use art to really clean things up because it brings a lot of tourists and it brings a lot of, you know, attention. So there won't be like a lot of homeless people
Or other companies.
Yeah, exactly. So and what's really cool is that Houston like there's a really big artist in Houston. His name is Mario E. Figueroa. He calls himself Gonzo. And so yeah, have you ever been to the Color Building or the Graffiti Building?
Yes.
Has like a bunch of graffiti stuff around
I
it.
used to take pictures.
Okay,
of
so yeah. So Gonzo has 2 huge pieces of art there. If you look at the other side, you know where Iron Man's at?
Yes.
So around the corner from Iron Man, there's a big graffiti thing that has like astronauts, and it'll have like, you've seen
I've
it?
seen it, yeah.
So it's sponsored by McDonald's. So like even they're using art to incorporate. So it's like they're using art to make money off of businesses and stuff like that.
Isn't that pretty intense?
It's pretty. I mean, dude, imagine if that's what you do for a living, and then you get a thing from McDonald's, and you get like $1 million to do this thing.
You get a check from
Yeah.
McDonald's just to like draw some graffiti on the wall.
Yeah.
So that's what I like, because like it's like Houston's going.
Capitalizing on his own art. But
Yeah.
that's I mean,
Houston's going in a whole different direction. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like where companies are even putting in to like clean up the community by doing this thing.
You're right, because when the Super Bowl was here, they cleared out all
Yeah.
the George R. Brown Center. There's nothing but homeless people there.
Yeah.
Oh, they made sure.
They literally scooped them
And
up
they're
and put
not
them somewhere
even
else.
there, and they're not even there anymore.
No, they're not.
I don't see any.
Look,
So,
they're like
all the Senate
when the Super Bowl came.
What dude? They're all there.
Y'all go to the Toyota Center.
Yeah. Hey, the Super Bowl came and they're like, "Hey, everybody, we stop working on 290. Stop working on 290. We got to do some stuff over
Scoop
here."
up all these guys, don't we?
Nombre a más dinero.
Oh no! And then look, and then you notice that I think it's under 59 or some shit.
That was a good one.
Yeah, all the little Mexican.
Got to work on my Spanish.
Screw this contract, bro.
All this bullshit.
We the gringos.
Yo, hey,
We've been here for 19 years, bro. We ain't doing shit.
Money that, homie.
They want us to do this in 3 months? Bet. Bet.
We do half that.
Yeah, for real.
Half that.
That's funny, bro.
So now I know what y'all are laughing at. That reminds me of how George Lopez said when his house got damaged, the insurance company sent him a check. And then they sent over a contractor. He gives the contractor the check. White dude. As soon as the white dude leaves, he brings 15 Mexicans. He's like, I could have went to Home Depot and did that.
Oh, yeah. That's funny.
I was gonna ask you something.
What?
Fuck, I was gonna tell you something.
All right, you just cut that part out.
Yeah, just cut it out.
Yeah, idiot.
Wait, what did you say?
Back to the top.
What? Oh, what I said? Like what made us laugh?
Yeah.
I said, "Nombre way, there's more money. Like hay más dinero. Like there's more money in the Super Bowl than 290."
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they threw all those fucking. Did you see? I don't know if it was on 59 or some shit, but they threw all these like colorful lights underneath.
Under 59?
Yeah, or some shit. Like when you go up to like where you go into like the Reliance and
Oh, you
shit.
talking about Old Spanish Trail, like 288?
Yeah,
all the
somewhere
bridges
over there.
around?
Yeah, where all those
They've been
colorful
having
lights.
those lights. Yeah. All
They-
the bridges?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
put
yeah.
that right. They put that for the Super Bowl. They finished that shit up in time for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was like their big thing for the introduction, so Houston looked nice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck y'all got time to just throw those motherfucking lights up so quick? But y'all got 290 over there fucked up.
Right?
Like just it's
For
fucked
like
up.
10
And y'all
plus
throwing
years.
lights over here. Y'all literally making this area pretty. I'm like, y'all fucking up.
10 plus years, homie.
There
I'm
has to
saying.
be some like
Take
there has to be
years,
some
homie.
like some reason why they took that
Talk
long.
your
I don't
shit,
know,
bro.
man.
Talk your shit.
Well, because I used to live up there.
I know.
I used to
That's
have
why
to
I'm
go.
saying talk your shit, bro.
Dude,
Dude,
it
290. I used to mess around with a girl up there, right? So, like, I used to go there all the time. So,
Nah, 290. She lived off of 290?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not worth it.
290 and Highway 6, homie.
Oh my god.
Yes. She's not worth
Oh
it.
my
Yes, you're
god,
fucking
she's not
right.
worth it,
She
bro.
wasn't. But hey,
But
I was 18 and horny.
yeah.
But shit, dude. Yeah, I mean, 290 is the worst. And now they're starting on the Beltway. It's going to probably end up like 290. I mean, they're building it kind of faster than what's expected, in my opinion, because they know that they can make money off of it. So
Yeah, it's a tollway. So
yeah, they're trying to put 280 already almost done as well. 288.
Yeah,
is fucking
288
almost done.
It's
Like-
getting there. Like literally,
intense.
I love driving on there rather than driving on 290 because I'm like, dude, how long has this been? I see progress. Like that's what you see versus 290, bro. Like
Yeah, seriously, dude. They're like almost fucking done, bro. They'll probably be done at the end of this year, to be honest.
yeah,
The pace that they're going.
yeah.
Like,
Honestly,
shit. But 288 is gonna become another fucking Beltway, another easy tech money right there. So
that sucks. That's
Tollway
one thing I said.
coming to Houston near you.
coming to a Houston near you.
Yeah. No, but you know why they're doing that though, right? I don't even know if this is whatever, but they're doing that because if you ever drove like past Highway 6 on 288, if you like, let's say you're coming from Angleton,
like Rosharon.
yeah. So if you're going from Angleton to Houston or Rosharon to Houston around like
You came from Alvin, right, bro?
yeah, no. I lived in Alvin for like a couple months because we were closer to Galveston.
Yeah.
But that was it. I was born and raised in or not born and raised, but I went to high school, middle school in Pearland / Manville. So, anyways, but yeah, they're doing that because if you're in Rosharon, no one ever sees it. Like this is why everyone's like, why they're doing this. But when you go from Rosharon towards Houston on 288,
Yeah.
there's a crap load of traffic at 6.
Really?
There's it's really bad.
Like on the way down to like Jackson?
No, on the way to Houston.
Oh shit.
Because there's a lot of people that work in Angleton
you're
and
right.
stuff like that. They go up and it's crazy.
That's why I kind of don't want to move to
Yeah.
the Pearland area, bro.
Yeah.
Just for that reason.
But it's horrible, bro. But I'm living there now and it's not that bad. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right in the middle. I mean, I'd rather be.
You take the Beltway to work?
Yep. All right.
We can cut that out if we need to.
You go to Bill.
The Beltway to work.
Yeah. I'm not saying the company name though, so.
No, the funniest thing to me is somebody from Houston could map that out like, damn, okay, so if they
No,
be
they
taking
can't.
280.
No, they can't.
No, like, so if you take 288, and then if he goes,
you get off this street, you're
and then if
exactly
he's saying,
right here.
and if he's saying he's over here, and then they're going to work,
Yeah.
dang.
I had a completely different thought when Josh said he's a mess with the chick up on what is it 290?
290 Highway 6, bro.
Yeah, when you
That's
said that,
Elridge.
I was thinking of that other dude that was trying to holler at that chick, and he's listening to this like that bastard. That's what she did.
She lived right off of 290.
Kill that nigga, Josh.
Shit, I know that
You
guy.
had a boyfriend for a period.
I'm thinking of the hater listening
What's his
to
name?
it like
His name?
that son of a.
His name's Josh. Oh man, fuck that guy. I know that guy.
Remember that guy?
Took my
It's
chick,
like, I'm
bro.
kind of afraid to answer. You know what, Josh? Why?
And-
Exactly. That's the first question.
And,
Wow, what you
and
know?
you said your age. He's like, oh, he's 23. Okay, he was 18 when he saw my chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that guy.
Carolyn, I think I know who that is.
He lives in Pearland. Yeah.
No, my miss.
No, dude, did you see that thing with Elon Musk?
Which
What?
thing?
Which one? Yeah.
The latest thing, the self-driving car thing.
Okay.
Did y'all read about that?
I had
I
this.
saw it on your thing, and I'm like, dude, are we talking about this, bro? So do you know what it's about?
I was looking a little bit. Hold on, let me get
Okay.
Bad and Bougie off the screen.
No, let
In a
me
broad
just talk
stroke,
about this.
but go ahead.
So Elon Musk so what he's doing is he's saying that all the new Teslas, like all the current models right now, and the next, I think he said 5 years. 5 or 10 years. You have to check me on that. But that if you're not driving your Tesla's going to be a cab, like a taxi, like an Uber for you. And then Tesla's going to take 30% of that. And so the remaining money, like the 70% that it goes to you.
Wait, so he's saying that like, is you have an option, or it's like no, you don't have an option.
So let's say you're about to go to bed, right? And you just you put on your phone, or you put on your phone, and you're like, okay, you can be a taxi from this hour, from like 6 p.m. all the way to 6 a.m. And then you need to be on my garage by that time.
That's badass,
right? But a lot of people are complaining about it. They're like, it's a little kiddish, but Dude, I would do it. Basically, if you think about it, because Teslas are expensive, you'd basically be paying off your car.
Did they make affordable ones though? They have some.
They're making some more affordable. No, but the thing about it is,
it's like 20 grand.
Everything.
Now.
Look,
Yeah, it's like 20 to 30 grand. Yeah.
Here's the thing about Elon Musk that people don't understand is everything he does is fucking kiddish. That's him.
Yeah.
Look.
What? Yeah, there's this man, I don't know if I want to take this away from that, but
It's a business.
no, there's this vlog. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna talk about it. You can cut that out. Because I was gonna say like there's another podcast as I listen to, and they say this statement, but I'm not gonna say that. Because I want to I'm just gonna say my
so Elon Musk was talking about how he will tell people who've had Teslas for like a long time. I've had their Tesla. You like your Tesla? Yeah. Did you know that your Tesla?
Yeah.
You're putting the L before the S.
Tesla?
You said Tesla.
I said Tesla.
Nikolai Tesla.
You said Tesla.
Anyways.
Tesla.
That guy is
He'll say, look, did you know that your Tesla can do this?
Okay, keep going.
Did you know that your Tesla?
You're saying Tesla with the Z.
Tesla.
You're saying Tesla.
Did you know that your Tesla can do
There
this?
you go.
Put a zinger for that one.
Grammar 101. Grammar 101 for yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Oh no, it's not grammar. It's
Pronunciation.
Articulation.
Or enunciating the word.
yeah. All right.
Anyways. He'll make their car like fucking dance and shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
and then
what?
Yeah,
you didn't know that? So like, there's a thing where you can do like
there are little
Teslas
Easter eggs in there.
Dude, it's literally like having an iPhone. Like having a Tesla is like having an iPhone. Like
you know the name of it?
What?
The dancing car. So I can look it up on YouTube.
I can't remember, but like they'll have a thing. They'll have a thing for like Christmas that they'll release, and they'll like do the Christmas dance with your car or whatever. And so, let me see.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Which one?
Just do the first one. It's fine.
Easter egg?
Yeah, just do that. I promise it'll come up, and then you can just fast forward the video. But yeah, so they'll come out with like a thing, like a feature that you can do on your car, and once you press it, it'll like do the feature. And like it'll be like the lights flashing on and on, or they'll blast like a Christmas song like on the car. It's really cool. You see?
Guys, we found out how to access almost all of the Easter eggs that are in the Tesla Model X. So today we wanted to make a video and show you Tesla Model X Easter eggs.
Tesla Model X Easter eggs.
And then, of course, I pushed my foot on the brake. And the door just closes by itself. That's no Easter egg. But every time I do it, I'm happy about it.
So
All right, so here's the deal, guys. When we first got the Tesla Model X, we were driving down to St. George, Utah, and I was pulling back on the autopilot button, and I pulled on it 4 times, and it started doing this crazy Rainbow Road thing. I was dying laughing. I put it on Twitter. A lot of you guys came out and said, it's Easter eggs.
Instagram story.
Okay, so Instagram story. Well, he also sucks. He was in the car.
I was.
Never mind. He's totally right. So we did that, and we learned that there are a bunch of Easter eggs, but the problem is I could never access them. I looked online. There were tutorials on how to do it, but all of them were outdated because it seemed like those Easter eggs just popped up at certain random times. Well, Tesla has done something. I don't know if this is for everybody, but they have made it so you can access a bunch of the Easter eggs right from your screen. So we're going to show you that process. So first, take a look at this Tesla logo. This is how you look at all of your updates. We touch that, it shows the Tesla, but then watch this. Da, 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 da! It's a little present! There they are!
More cowbell?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 of the Easter eggs are
Is this all
just
generated
right
through the
there.
internet?
This one is more cowbell.
It's like
We'll show you
embedded
that
in the
when
fucking
it's on the road.
software.
This
Oh,
one we'll
shit.
show you in a minute.
Okay.
Then
It's
we'll
they
show you
they do software
What is
updates
this?
for the
Let's try this one
mod.
first.
These are in the fucking.
I mean, they still need internet.
The flying
Yeah,
DeLorean
well,
one.
yeah,
Let's
it
find
connects.
some of these. Okay, this
So
is
now-
one.
All right,
This
look,
one has a
let's pause
rainbow
it.
unicorn on it.
And let's get Chris's mic back. So that's exactly like he's saying. It's literally like having an iPhone as a car. You know, it
Yeah.
has
Sweet.
system
Okay.
updates.
Yeah.
It has
Yeah.
system
That's
updates.
that it can do.
It has
things,
Do
to
they have their
meet
own
things.
software, or are they using Google?
I think
or-
they're using their own software.
It's
Oh, no
fucking
shit.
Elon
Okay.
Musk. The
They're
shit that-
using their own shit.
Yeah, it's Elon.
That's how they fix a lot of the stuff, like remotely.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a feature where like you can literally remotely drive your car like on your phone.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen people pulling them out the garage. Like they'll
Mhm.
stand outside and just back it out.
Mhm.
Oh, I guess I'm
Close it.
not
They're like
that.
about to release. Well, I don't know if it's already released, but they're trying really hard to release the whole parking your car thing, or like the Tesla will park the car for you,
Self-park.
and then once you're done, it'll come up to the entrance where you came from, and it'll pick you up. Isn't that crazy?
People are gonna be
That's neat.
horrible drivers in about 20 years.
Yeah, they really are.
No one's gonna know how to back up or park.
I don't think I do that though. Like I like the power of like controlling the car. Like that's why I want a manual car for my next car,
Yep.
because I like the power of like manually, like, you know.
I don't know how to drive manual.
Me
I
either,
do.
and I won't. But I
wanna
want to.
learn.
Like I've always,
Yeah.
I keep asking my parents
It's
like to
fun.
teach me.
He told me to rent a car. I think he's
Just
gonna
rent a
teach me,
stick shift
hopefully.
and
I
go
wanna
for
learn.
it.
Yeah,
'Cause I wanna
I'm
get a
down.
Subaru.
Oh yeah, me too, bro. A WRX, yes, bro. Yeah, I want to get either a WRX or an ST for the Ford, the Ford ST.
one?
Yeah, the STI. No, the Ford ST. Isn't
Oh,
it?
the Ford
Yeah.
ST. What is
Mhm.
that?
It's
Ford
like a
ST is the
hatchback.
Euro.
It's like it's like a hatchback, but it has like a Mustang engine in it,
No
like a
shit,
5.0 Mustang
wow.
engine in it. Yeah,
Damn, okay.
it's really nice. You haven't
Now,
seen them?
You
It's
talking
really
about
nice.
the ST or the RS?
No, it's the.
I'm very into
C,
Japanese
Yeah, I
cars.
think it's the ST. Yeah, I like foreign cars too.
I know both of the cars you're talking about.
Who, me?
Yeah. Both of the little Ford coupes.
I like Japanese.
The
cars.
RS
Last
is the
long
Euro
time.
one that came over from Europe that we
Uh-huh.
were dying for. We didn't get it at first.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm pretty sure it's the. Yeah, it's the ST.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a very like literally.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I like
it's
it.
either
I like
this
I like the blue one.
WRX or dang, what was the other one? Oh, the R Type
Is that turbo?
from Honda.
That's quick.
Is that turbo?
Yes, it is. It has
I've
a double
raced
turbo.
one of those with my my old Lexus, the IS300, going
Oh,
up
really?
45 and then 1960 from 10.
The Lexus?
Yeah, not this one. I had a black IS300 I brought from
okay.
Atlanta with me,
I got you.
but
No, I want the
So
R
the-
Type.
The Type R.
Bro, yeah, the Type R, yeah. Dude, that one's bad. That one's.
oh, the Civic.
Oh yeah, bro.
That's nice,
I
bro.
remember when they came out with the new the new Honda models.
Mhm.
Before
I
this,
think the
before this
WRX
model-
has more torque though.
Yeah.
than that one.
exactly.
They're faster in the 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
crazy.
yeah, I want to get something fast for my next car. Like not
Me
stupid,
too.
but like
I mean, this Honda that I have now, it's gonna
Yeah.
last me a long time.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
I know,
yeah.
like the next for that one is definitely gonna be a Subaru.
Yeah.
So,
Unless we get Elon Musk to sponsor us
Yeah.
and give us
Ooh.
Teslas.
I mean, I would
that's a
love
hard
Tesla.
one. But yeah,
Please.
I would like a Tesla.
That's a hard one. It's
Honestly, like,
we might be able to do it, but no, it's gonna be a little
but
difficult.
If we say it and say it in existence, we can put it into fruition.
Put it in
know
the
what I'm saying?
universe.
And he's look, like just like you were
Yeah.
saying, Chris. Like he really is like they say that these types of things are like kiddish, but it's like that's literally how his mind works. Like anything, it's almost like when you hear him talk, it's almost like anything that you could have thought of asking him, he's already thought of and already has
Yeah.
an answer.
You know what's crazy though? It's like
it's crazy.
it's the first time. I don't know if it's the first time in history, but it's the first time that I've seen it where there's someone out there that comes up with all these things, right? Like, oh, it's a self-driven car. Oh, okay, because like or a fully electric car and all that stuff. Like, it's the first time someone actually makes these crazy things happen.
And then he
You know
has
what
the
I mean?
logic. So I was watching his interview on the Joe Rogan podcast, right? And he was talking to him about how, Joe Rogan would say something along the lines of, what about this? Things that we've thought of and these ideas. And he'll tell you if it can or can't happen pretty much already. Like, no, that wouldn't work. I've already thought about that. That wouldn't work for these circumstances. Or this wouldn't work under these circumstances.
Oh, that's cool.
Like he already pretty much knows.
Yeah.
And so he knows, like, that's why he's saying that the thing about like, flying cars, right? And the thing about all these things is that wouldn't make sense in our world. The only thing that works is something using our existing roadways going steady or down only. That's why he's creating tunnels to relieve traffic now. And like
I
basically,
get
like
what
that's
you're
what he's doing right now.
That Hyperloop thing he did was a fiasco.
I think it'll come over time. We'll have society
What
on
thing?
water.
What
so-
happened? Loop thing?
The Hyperloop thing he did. It's what Zen's talking about. He made like a mock-up track of the underground tunnels. And he took Teslas and he put wheel adapters to make them fit onto the rails. And he ran a bunch he did like a press event, ran a bunch of reporters through it. Half of the people got sick. 2 or 3 people threw up. It was very rough. It was very primitive. And a lot of them said the same thing. It's in its infancy, but why would you show it off now?
Because he doesn't care.
Like
it's
the
weird.
timing was way off.
Timing was
It's
off.
a great idea.
Yeah, he's way
But if
off.
you're trying to convince people, that example didn't do it.
Yeah.
It's weird. And here's, you know what's another example really of this same type of thing is the Samsung foldable phones, like the foldable screen phones. Terrible. They're already getting bad reports. It's like now's not the time to release it and talk about it.
Right?
Yeah.
But they said that before the phones came out.
It's defective, right?
Yeah.
The
Like they're starting
defect
to break
is
and
the
stuff.
screen, any foldable phone, the screen is plastic because we don't have foldable glass yet. So once you unbox it, the screen is breaking down. You take your debit card, no matter how thin you stretch that plastic, if you bend it back and forth 90 degrees, there's going to be a breaking
But
point.
it's not plastic.
What's not plastic?
The glass.
It's not glass. Any foldable phone right now, the Huawei model, the screen's actually on the outside, like a book cover. We're waiting to see how that holds up in the real world. But specifically the Fold, the Samsung Fold, it's layers of plastic because we don't have folding glass right now. So that screen on
So
that
what
Fold.
is that called then? What is it? Silicone?
No, no.
Glass? What is it?
There's reviews right now with people that, guys that have reviewers that do the same like unboxing. Pull up a Samsung Fold screen break. This phone itself comes with a layer that looks like just a regular protective screen that a normal phone has, but it's not meant to be removed. And right where the fold is at the bottom, you can pry it up. And as you get about an inch off, the whole screen goes black. You're not meant to pull it off.
Wow.
And reviewers have killed it the first day trying to pull that off because it looks like pre-packaging plastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's laminate.
Yeah. It's not.
I mean, I would never. Honestly, I would never
But display fails.
display fail.
So it's an ultra thin polymer plastic.
Yeah. I don't think I would ever buy that, honestly.
The spring gear has come through the screen and broke through the plastic. All kind of people. And these are people that are advocates of the phone. They just didn't expect it to break on day one out the box.
No, they're basically saying the idea is good, don't buy it. It's in the intro stages and they're working on it. It really just shouldn't have been released yet, I feel like.
It shouldn't have. It's a
hyped
prototype.
Up, it was hyped up by everybody that wanted.
No, I think
I want to touch it though. Like
I think that
wanna
they
use
want
it real
people,
quick.
look, they want people to push about it and talk about it so that we can hype up them continuing.
But you
They needed
gotta,
to test the waters to see how many people wanted of that.
but they're trying to push all this just because there's like no more innovation to do with cell phones anymore. They're running out of ideas.
No, they are, dude.
So it's just like, how can we market our new phones now? Like, we need to get things out there. We need to get things out there. And this was going to be the next innovation.
I agree with that. I mean,
So-
dude. I mean, what is iPhone doing next? You know what I mean?
That's why I'm switching.
They took my home button away. They took my headphone jack away. They're just like, it's going to take my screen away.
That one?
Mm-hmm.
Who's the YouTuber? We can cut it out.
Tech Talk TV.
Oh, it's a TED Talk.
Tech Talk TV.
Tech Talk. Tech Talk TV. Come on the show.
That second one that says bad timing.
Don't. No, you had it.
This one?
Yeah. Just like cut through it in the middle or something.
Welcome home.
My mic over there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you need to talk into it when you're talking if you're scrunched up like that.
No, I'm talking about his mic.
Yeah, just cause like.
Doot, doot, doot.
What's up, guys? Sam here. So the Galaxy Fold,
And it's like
selling
8 guys with the same video.
and tearing it apart. The contract is clear. If Samsung provides you with a review unit and you wish to accept it, then you must honor the contract or you are in breach. So I don't see anything wrong with Samsung taking this down. Look, I'm not defending Samsung. I'm just being logical here. Samsung clearly seems to be going back to the drawing board and making late-stage modifications to alleviate the design flaws, which is to say the device is unlikely to ship exactly as is. There's no point of this teardown if it's going to be revised. One more reason I think Samsung took it down is
In the
that
beginning
they
of
just
this
don't
video,
want
there's
every other
actually
detail of the device
different
to be
failures,
that
how people
public
okay,
pulled
go
it
before
back.
the
off.
I thought it
release,
was
as to
the beginning.
avoid having the good
Go back.
guides and kit release.
Oh,
We've
a
seen
little
some review. He's experiencing some big Fold, which is
Yeah,
one
right
of the
there.
most ambitious projects for Samsung. He's experiencing some big hurdles even before the release. We've seen some review units breaking
that one
down,
poked
which
through the
forced
screen.
Samsung to delay the release of this foldable handset. And now, today, Samsung forced iFixit to remove the teardown of the Galaxy Fold. iFixit is the top destination for smartphone repair guides and teardowns, showing us just how these devices are put together. They posted a detailed teardown of the Galaxy Fold on their website, noting the various innovations as well as flaws that went inside
That's
this
where the
handset.
hinge is,
But
where you can pull it
iFixit
up.
had to remove
It
this
looks like
teardown on
it's
Samsung's
removable.
request. Some people are calling this a damage control by Samsung, which I totally disagree with. First of all, the Galaxy
cool,
Fold that
I mean, it's a
iFixit
neat
tore
concept.
down doesn't even
I mean, would you buy?
Samsung
Would you really buy it just
Nope.
for your own?
If I had money, I would.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I would.
Okay, so it wouldn't be just based because like
Yeah.
okay, I can use all the features that come with it.
Yeah.
It's a
'Cause
smaller
they're
display
set
than
up
what
like-
you have now.
No, but it's like, well, no, it's smaller, but then you fold out. Ideally, this process, if once they figure out the flaws and it's used correctly, you could have an iPhone that then folds out into an iPad. That's like essentially
What they're
what
Okay.
you're going to be able to do.
I feel you. Mm-hmm.
okay
With
now
this
that-
technology.
Now that's innovation.
Yeah.
And that's what's pretty much going to happen. It's like they shouldn't have done this because all that's going to happen is now that they're doing this, Apple's just going to go and perfect it real quick,
Yeah.
really polish it, mix it with their already integrated products and fan base, and just be like, all right, Samsung, cool, you did do the foldable thing first, but
Mm-hmm.
iPhone to iPad, check it out.
Yeah. No,
That's
I feel
it.
you.
It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah. It's
After
a
that.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of shit that Apple does. Like,
Yeah.
especially now when you say what's next, all they do is just kind of like, that's why Samsung, Android users are my favorite people.
So that way they can test the waters.
No, yeah,
instead
they
of
test
us.
the waters and do all this stuff. And because they did it first, the fans and stuff, they're like, we did that first. We had this and this. But Apple perfects it really
Apple.
well.
That's the Huawei.
And then we have like just the perfect
It
device.
says Oppo. Oppo is another company. Yeah, Oppo is the one that had the phone that had the what is it? The mechanical camera coming out. So it's like mechanically implanted into the phone, so it just comes out like a literal injector SIM card. Zzz. And you can just take your little selfie.
Oh,
From
that's
that
cool.
company.
That's
From-
crazy.
That's from China. The Oppo company. Yeah, they made a phone like that over there. It's pretty intense.
They're trying to just, people are trying to get innovative. Like, what can we do now? Like, what is it? Like, it's a device, and like, if I don't have my phone,
Because those are the
It's
only
like,
two
what the
foldable
fuck?
phones
But
now.
it's
to
like one of the
make.
biggest markets
that
because
one.
everybody uses this. Everybody needs this, you know? So like each
Yeah.
company is trying to find the most innovative thing so they can just fucking market off of it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Make some money. Like, what is there to do? Like, add another 6 cameras onto a fucking phone? Like,
Yeah.
what's next? Please tell me, because
Well, Steve Jobs died, so most of that innovation died with him.
I mean, I wouldn't think he's like the only person that's innovative. Like, you have other people from different countries like that are coming into part, like Oppo,
Mhm.
Huawei. Yeah, they're not seen as big as here because they're from a different country.
But Jobs had the vision.
Yeah.
Jobs, when he came out with the first iPhone idea and really the first iPad, it was, once it morphed into the phone, it was one of those things like with the Tesla, where you get in your Tesla and your phone changes all your settings, does all of that stuff automated for you. It's like this streamless, you go from the car to the house and the same thing happens. You don't see the people that have succeeded him carrying that same
Yeah.
vision.
Yeah, because he
forward.
changed.
They're
he
making it. Go ahead.
No, sorry, no. He changed like his products, like the way they looked. Also, like if you look at the big Mac, or not the Mac, it's called the Mac, the desktop, the big desktop, compared to what it used to look
iMac?
like. If I put this phone next to his original iPhone 4, you can compare it. Right? Am I being honest? You can compare both the phones and say that
in terms
like
of quality, yeah.
no, not even in terms of quality, in terms of how they look. So like when Steve Jobs died, you know what I mean?
He's talking about design when he was alive versus now.
Exactly. Like it's like wherever they carried that, like he had a vision and he would always change his vision and create other stuff. You know what I mean? But if you look at the past designs from when he died versus to what they're doing at Apple right now, it's like, come on, we need to go somewhere else with this. Because Steve Jobs had the vision to change things up.
Don't get me wrong. I love Apple products and the simplicity of it. I can only say that their software is the best.
No, that's why I completely agree. Like when I had an iPhone 6s, I was like, okay, I need to go ahead and get another phone. Like I need an X. I need a Series X. You know what I mean? So that's why I went and got my iPhone XR. Going from the iPhone 6 because I was like
everything that they have as far as like features and everything is all integrated into the software.
Exactly.
So I can have my Chase wallet right here. You know, dude, like I can go buy some food just from my phone right here with a virtual.
I can get my tickets.
I've forgotten my wallet, but I have my phone, so I'm all good. I do it at
work all the time. I always forget my wallet.
Like the applications that they develop is like so convenient for us. That's why it's such a big seller. You know, it's so easy for us to use.
It's user friendly. Like Android is like you can manipulate it too much, so people start like they don't know what to do, and it's not seamless.
Switch over to the dark side after this one breaks.
Nah,
I might go to the Google Pixel.
Oh yeah, the Google Pixel's a nice phone.
The camera is fucking flawless.
I did say that. I said if I would ever move from Apple, it'd be to the Google. I agree.
I think when this one's out, man, I'm going to Google. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Depending on what they come out with next.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to lose it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I'm locked in.
I don't know how long it's gonna last me. You know, so
I don't know
until this breaks. I'm getting a new phone.
I don't know. I feel like
the monopoly there.
You don't even have a case on it. Why are you being so irresponsible? Like you're stressing me out. I don't want to think about leaving. I think I'm locked into Apple.
Yeah.
No,
I think so.
The ecosystem's great. You know, I have my Mac with my watch.
Exactly. I have my computer.
It's great. It's great. Don't get me wrong. It's just I need to change. I had this since I had an iPhone. I had the 3GS, and then I had iPhones ever since. I feel it's like I need to change, man. I need to change.
I feel like I'd be inconveniencing myself. Like the flow with my computer. As soon as I do something here, it's on my phone, and I can show you guys.
Yeah.
Or after this, I'm able to email it to you guys or iCloud, like through all that convenience. It's like, why would I separate myself and inconvenience myself with the new system?
Guy. What's your thoughts?
But I don't even think he stays connected to his device like that.
Well, I haven't switched over my PC. I got to get a new PC and Gear 2 and then sync all that together. But don't get me wrong. There are some points that Apple has that you guys have already made. The operating system is phenomenal. The user interface is unlike anyone. Suggestive texting, things like that. It's very, very user friendly. I'll give them that. The things I don't like about Apple is the closed-endedness of the devices where you can't expand memory. And really, it's just a chip in the phone. And here's what really turned me off initially. I worked for AT&T through a contractor back when they launched the first-gen iPhones. And that's when the iPads, which one came out first, the iPads or the phones? The phones came out first and then the iPads. So at that point, the iPads were still bolted to an R&D wall at the research and development lab because the pads came out first. The iPad led to the iPhone, but they brought us the iPhone first. I only know that because all the guys in IT at the time talked bad about them and told people why they wouldn't get them. And I always thought, well, if the tech guys in the company who have tested the shit don't want it, there's something there. And it wasn't that the device is bad. It was that they had personal beefs like the closed-endedness, no expandable memory, and that there's $100 or $200 difference to get, 128 gigs versus 32 or 64.
Well, that's because their stuff was a lot business, their business orientation. They don't want you to be able to expand too much for a few reasons. Because one, like their whole thing is, I never have to put extra virus blockers on my computer because Apple's built-in virus blockers do a good job. But that's also because they don't let you get anything from anywhere outside of Apple that keep you in this Apple bubble. That's why they don't want you to like expand certain things. You're in an Apple bubble essentially. And so
that's the other thing I didn't like, having to rebuy my entire music collection from the Apple store.
That's why I just stream it.
I mean,
That
Apple
was
has came up
before
with some
those were
alternatives.
options, you
Like
know what I mean?
iCloud has storage now that you can buy. So I have 99 cents of 50 gigs within my phone. So
that's why but Apple's selling
so that's
it to
the
you.
alternative, you know, instead of having
Yeah.
that expandable memory, you know, you have it within the cloud.
Gotcha.
So I mean, it's convenient. It's the
workarounds.
ecosystem is great.
Workarounds.
It's amazing. Don't get me wrong. Apple is great with their ecosystem.
We're chilling over here on the Apple side.
But it's just I don't know, man. It's time to give it up, man.
Not me and Apple. We chilling over here on the Apple
Google
side.
OneDrive, homie.
I'm staying here.
I'm coming.
I don't know. I might be
What's your mail? Is it Yahoo or Google?
Google.
Right.
Shouts out Google.
He didn't want to say it.
See, we were
Well, I have both. I have both.
He's like,
Me too.
you were trying to make a point, but you were trying to make a point too. He's like, hey, what email you have? Google. Oh shit, I'm Google.
No, but look, for me, I think that Google, I think that Google is the Apple of emails, like of like search engines.
Yeah, no, I got you, bro. That's it for today. All right, so that's it for the Zen today. We hope we really liked EP number 1.
Zen Master Flux.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a good start. We had really good vibes, and we really hope y'all stay connected. I mean, we're gonna keep bringing on creators on this podcast. We really got a good flow going here, and we're just gonna keep it going. So hopefully next time we have a guest. If not, we're just gonna be here. But we really want to make this guest oriented as much as possible. And if not, we really have our own opinions that we want to talk about when it comes to Houston and stuff like that. So we just really hope you guys stay connected.
Consistent content coming.
Yeah.
Consistent content.
Thank you for checking out the Zen Podcast. Once again, I'm your host this week, Vangelic. See you next time.